Alright, and we're back, and we're about to start our descent here, as we're gonna make our way into KSFO. So far so good, we're cruising along quite nicely. I can tell you right now that I'm sure the weather is going to be pretty rough down at KSFO, so we'll see how that goes, but we'll go ahead and set up our approach and start our descent here. We're going to be landing at 28 right, so we'll select our approach for a GPS 28 right, and we'll use the Menlo approach. And we'll load that, and we'll just go ahead and activate it now. And 39 miles out, so we'll go ahead and reduce our power and start our descent down to 3,000 feet. Going to take a real quick look at the approach plate. Now we're not going to follow it to a T. I just want to get a little bit of a clear understanding of what it's like, because normally when I fly into KSFO I'm flying a ILS approach. So open up our handy dandy browser here and look up KSFO stars, and let's just look at the RNAV, I guess, for 28 right. And yeah, so 3,000 and battery. We're not going to be going there though. I think we're going to be a little bit northwest of it, but we'll use 3,000 as our reference point. We'll fly a visual glide slope in from there, so we'll target 3,000, and looks good. And also, while we're on our way on in, we'll look at our checklist real quickly, since once again I'm not familiar with this plane. So on our approach, let's see, descent, so pressurization set target altitude plus 5,000 feet, so we actually increase our rate of descent just a tad bit, pull the power back a tad bit, and we'll set this for sea level plus 5, so it's about there. Power's acquired, windshield anti-ice, I don't think we need right now, and altimeter will set when we get below 18,000. And then on our landing, zero differential pressure, prop sync off, flaps, and let's look at what our speed should be. So we want to approach at 120 initial approach speed. Now, you know, that's going to be tricky because I'm sure this is going to be pretty rough weather down there at KSFO. And as you guys have seen, power management of this aircraft is not exactly the easiest thing to do. So we'll have to see how that plays out. That'll definitely be interesting, to say the least, to see how well I'm able to manage the power on the approach. But we're going to try to target 120 knots, 100 on short final, and then we want to land at I believe 85 is what we want to touch down at. I don't know if it says it over here. I know spell speed is like 75, so let's just say 85. It'll just be between you and me. We'll try to land at 85 knots. Flap full extension speed is 134. Approach flaps can be set at 170, so we won't do that until, let's say, when we hit our target approach speed of 120 knots is when we'll probably dump our flaps. And then gear is down at 174 knots, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, we'll play a little bit of music again until we get a little bit closer. We're coming down to 18,000, so I'll reset the altimeter here in a second. Alright, there we go. And play a little bit of music, and I'll see you guys closer to the final.
This is better. Everything that happens. This is all. This is better.
When the hands in the back of my neck are raised up and my heart is pumping, means the start of something. Same feeling when you come across what you're afraid of. Made up my mind, I'm jumping, reaching for the sky, I'm trying to blow up. But if I ever fail, then I start to fall in. I hope I don't land in a mine or something. Hope I don't miss my calling, passion. Gotta have for whatever I'm involved in. Half-ass and 9 out of 10 results in crashing. You drop pump, breaks your halting. But I gotta keep it going, no time to stop, I'm a beast, I'm all in. I make hot beats and I keep recording. Those who got beef, I keep ignoring. As I keep exploring, out a corner of the earth ain't sight to see. Been a lot of places, rumors of races, but I can't lie, it was nice to meet. Dressed real smart, clothes make the man, so you notice then I don't miss my mark. I'm always on point, I'm always so sharp. When you focus, man, you know to play parts. Positions and such, you'll end up stuck in ditches and such a rut. You can't get out, gang, you gotta sit out. I know it's gotta suck when much is in clutch, and you just can't grasp it. Monumental, the tribulation, the task is trial and error. Life is outlasted.
Everything that happens. This is all. This is better. Everything that happens. This is all. This is better.
But my own definition. Not bronze nor silver, I'm forever winning. Not the giving, but my own definition. Take a seat in any city, I know spots to eat. The roughest side of town around unless it's properly. Made it to Paris without the use of a private jet. Checking the average shit, check me out, I'm the flyest yet. The exhibitionist, then we both in the exhibition. Them to be seen and for me to see the collection. Listen, most of my people, they missing out on the point of living. To be rich, don't enrich, this our own decision. Prone to the latter, I am, but most of my people isn't. They focus different, they tend to see me as broken vision. Man, look, I'm trying to be a leader. If I'm shining, well, that's the blind leading the blind in. Women want me cause they think that I complete them. I just compliment them better than some nigga that's beneath them. I ain't talking about remarks about their hair, what they wear. I'm just a puzzle piece when mothers start to ask, well, can I meet them? Yeah, I know my role, so we rollin'. We in a part of town where I know she don't be going. Price is rather cheaper, the decor is rather meager, but it's nice. It's all about the spice that they throw in. Like life, off I ain't showing. Real.
So get yourself fixed up. I'll take you out round town. I swear you'll never win. Miss anything quite this fine.
Silver, I'm forever winning. Not the giving, but my own definition. Not bronze nor silver, I'm forever winning. Not the giving, but my own definition. lastminute.com and had you sitting next to palms where the weather's rather warm. And that's the type of shit that I be on. Spontaneity with charm, and it ain't costing me your arm. Legs up as I'm looking at the Adriatic. My hustle off, downtime young, I gotta have it, but not for long. Yes, I'm a workaholic, drunk off the feeling and getting it cracking, thinking it's something, put it to action and seeing it happen. Laying a snare, lay it with clapping and seeing them clapping. Conversations finding they weight in the shit that I'm rapping. See, it's all about exchange, it ain't all about the fame. I'm living upper middle class and people hardly know my name, cause the dollars that I gain ain't at the cost of rotten brains. I'm from a time that's been forgotten where the scholars entertain. Music with the message, message with the music. Records for living reckless and records for wreck improvement. Practicing what I'm preaching, good and bad in me meeting too much of one or the other, and your perception is skewing. Fix up and care less of others doings. Vision's all about results, you pursue it, man.
So get yourself fixed up, I'll take you out round town. I swear you'll never witness anything quite as fine.
Alright, the cloud coverage was a little bit too rough, so I decided to fly an ILS approach. I'm going to go ahead and take us off Autopilot though and fly the rest of the way on in manually. As you guys can see, the winds are pretty doggone intense, so it's going to be some pretty nasty flying, but we will make it together, folks. We will make it together. This is a long ways to fly by hand in this kind of weather, but I want to really get an idea of how this aircraft handles in these kind of conditions, so we'll just go ahead and do it. And let me just look at my reference speeds again. So approach flaps can be set at 173, so we'll start dropping flaps now. Give the flaps 1 and we'll get down to 120. Let down the rest of the flaps. I want to make sure I hold my airspeed up, because obviously if you get too low on airspeed in this aircraft, very little room for error. It's not the most forgiving aircraft at all. So, and we'll go ahead and put down gear. Power into it. Hold us there as close to 120 as we can get. Pick up speed. Yeah, see, this thing is very, very difficult to properly manage speed. This thing, or properly manage power in this thing, especially in bad weather conditions. So a little bit more work into it. Sure, once you fly this thing enough and you get used to it, it's not so bad, but right now it's definitely not the easiest thing to do. Put down the rest of the flaps. We're just just going to increase our rate of descent here to get closer to the glide slope. And we're coming up to 100 knots. I'm going to give her some more power, just in anticipation of capturing the glide slope. It should be happening here very, very soon. Alright, so we're coming up on the glide slope now. There we go, we got one red, and we should be coming up to 2 red here in just a second. Just a little bit above the glide slope. There we go, so 2 red should be coming on right now. And there's 2 red. So now let's just trim ourselves out. Manage our power. Ooh, this crosswind is nasty. This is definitely not a fun crosswind at all. We're at 100 knots. I'm going to take back a little bit more power here. Come in a little bit low. Give her some more trim. Look at that crosswind, man. You're actually not supposed to really crab this aircraft, so you got to be careful when you're fighting these crosswinds. And there we go. And we'll go into beta. And start braking here now. Whew, that thing is she is a fickle creature, I'll tell you that. She does not play nicely unless you really, really know how to manage her power. So it'll take some getting used to, but it was a more than enjoyable experience. You know, I really, really enjoyed flying this aircraft, and I hope you guys enjoyed flying it with me. This was actually my first landing in it, so you know, hopefully you guys don't think it was too bad considering the realism level of this aircraft. Being amateur to this kind of aircraft, hopefully you guys didn't think it was too bad. I'm sure I'll get some coaching tips in the YouTube comments. I'll do a high-speed turn-off here. I'm trying to do it with as much wheel braking as possible to get our speed down, because I really don't want to slam on the brakes. We'll stop here here on the taxiway. Just can hear the brakes squealing. Oof. Alright. And we'll pull up right here. And once again, hope you guys really enjoyed it. I'm about to do a replay of the landing right now, but you know, I'll tell you that if you think of what we just did, LAX to KSFO at LOD of 6.5, all the settings set to maximum, with this kind of cloud coverage. I mean, FSX and P3D couldn't even dream of pulling that off, and we did it without even hearing a ping on our approach, and no major stutters, as you guys saw. You guys didn't see any texture popping the whole way through. I mean, FSX Steam Edition, I'm not gonna say it's the future, but it is the best thing until we get a 64-bit solution for you to do cross-country and long-haul flying. So we'll watch the replay, and then I'll let you guys go. So let's go ahead and do it. It's a replay. We'll do 240 seconds. Lock spot mode. Kind of interesting when you do the replay, it doesn't look like the actual airport scenery generates itself. I mean, look at that auto jet, man. Whew. This is the stuff that would bring FSX to its knees. I mean, look at that look at that crosswind. That is too good. I love it. Passengers are seeing. They're like freaking out, like, oh my god, we're gonna die. mean, this thing was fighting. I know it was probably a little bit hard to tell in the video, but this thing was fighting me hard on the approach. I kept the 2 whites and the 2 reds. Now we got 3 whites and 1 red. And then here you can see I really started getting pushed down on the runway. So I just let the power kind of come off, and we were pretty solid on the center line, despite that crazy crosswind. I mean, I was pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that. Not a bad job at all. So, anyways, guys, once again, hope you enjoyed. Really appreciate you guys joining me today, and hopefully, you know, I know there's some naysayers out there and some that don't believe that FSX Steam is legitimate and it's not just some gimmick. I mean, proof is in the pudding. Hopefully this video, you know, helps you guys understand that this is a great solution, especially if you were smart enough to get it for $5. So, everybody take care and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Catch you guys later.